Alright, Broncos country, welcome to my 2020 NFL Draft analysis and breakdown. Here I'm going to do a quick breakdown of every pick that the Broncos took in the 2020 NFL Draft, how they're going to fit into the offensive scheme that Pat Shurmur likes to run, and we're going to break down just how good was this draft, give a few grades, and how far can the Broncos go with the new loads of talent they've brought in. This is Broncos Country News. Let's get started right off the bat. With the 15th overall pick in the first round of the draft, the Broncos took wide receiver Jerry Jeudy out of Alabama. This was a massive steal for the Denver Broncos because Jerry Jeudy was a top 10 projected talent out of Alabama. He was widely considered the best receiver in the draft, right alongside fellow Alabama receiver Henry Ruggs and Oklahoma receiver CeeDee Lamb. Now, it was projected that Denver would have to trade up into the top 10 to do it, and I felt that as well. I felt we would have to trade with maybe Cleveland or the Jets and have to jump Oakland to get him. Now, Oakland did take Henry Ruggs. Clearly, they wanted a track star, they wanted a speedster so they could compete with Tyreek Hill. So we ended up then, thank God that the 49ers ended up taking a defensive player, and the Jets, oddly enough, don't take a receiver, which I had them doing in my mock draft. Thank God we get Jerry Jeudy. This was a massive steal. Denver didn't have to lift a finger, and the best receiver in the draft fell to Denver. He will fit very well in the system. I think he's going to be a massive steal. He'll be a great add alongside Courtland Sutton. This gives Locke another target to throw to, and it adds another dynamic to the Denver offense, something we desperately need. This is a huge steal. The second round, I think, does get a little interesting. I expected us to take an offensive tackle or a guard because there were still some great guys out there. Instead, Denver ends up taking Penn State receiver KJ Hamler. Now, KJ Hamler is incredibly fast. He's about 5'7", but it's his 40 time, 4.27. Just for some context, the recorded time of Tyreek Hill's 40 time was 4.29. KJ Hamler went a 4.27. It's clear what Elway wants to do, and in a tweet, John Elway said he is not satisfied with second place. His viewing of the West is Denver on top, Kansas City wherever. So it's clear to him, if you can't stop him on defense, you got to go toe-to-toe with them. It's clear that's what Elway wants. Getting KJ Hamler adds a huge dynamic to the offense, getting a huge burst of speed, which, to be fair, is something Denver needed. I did think we need some speed on offense. Now, this does mean that Tim Patrick and Deshaun Hamilton, Juwan Winfrey, Deontay Spencer, they're going to have to compete for the job. They're going to have to compete. And I like how Elway said, if they don't want to compete, they can go elsewhere. I like the Hamler get. I think it's a good add to the offense, and if this really helps us go toe-to-toe with Kansas City in November, I'm all for it. Then later in the second round, we end up taking Michael Ojemudia, a cornerback out of Iowa. This actually helps us a lot because it's a good add to the defense. It adds a new dynamic. Clearly, Vic Fangio wanted him, and that's a nice add. I do think it's a good pick. No complaints on the Ojemudia pick. The one pick that I really liked was center Lloyd Cushenberry out of LSU. That was such a nice get in the third round. I love the Cushenberry get because it beefs up the offensive line. It gives us a good dynamic at center, and I think it gives good extra protection for Drew Lock, which is clear, again, what Elway wants. Speaking of gearing up for Lock, Broncos get Missouri tight end Albert Okwuegbunam. I hope I said his name right. Again, he was a tight end out of Missouri, which means he was Drew Lock's teammate, and Drew Lock said it's one of his favorite targets. It's clear the dude's big, and he's got a 4.49 speed at 250 plus pounds. Again, speed's the name of the game with this offense, and if he can add a dynamic with Noah Fant, which might mean that now Hireman, Fumagalli, Beck might not be on the roster next season. Hey, I mean, whatever, I'll take it if it adds dynamic to the offense. That's one thing Denver did this past offseason. We upgraded big on offense. The only pick I have a question mark of is guard, I hope I say his name right, Netane Moody, a guard from Fresno State. Now, he was projected to be a good guard, but he had injury concerns these last couple of years. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, because if it turns out to work, then okay, we got a good dynamic. And maybe even convert guards to tackles, because, again, I don't want to deal with 72. That is to say, if Denver doesn't pick up Bowles' fifth-year option, but if Munchak has truly fixed him, because clearly Munchak must see something in him, that's what Elway's going off of. If Munchak sees that, then I guess it's okay, because now you've added another dynamic to the offense, and okay, I'm fine with it. Overall, I'm actually really pleased with the draft class. I did like the Sternland pick, the linebacker we got out of Iowa. That's another solid pickup. I really think we've got a lot of great adds with this draft. Clearly, the name of the game was offense. KJ Hamler, Jerry Jeudy, Okwegbunam getting Cushenberry. Clearly, the name of the game was speed. Getting a lot of good receivers, getting some good out-ons to the line. I do think we still need to make an upgrade at tackle. And forget about Trent Williams. The Niners traded for him, but I like the grades. Now, Pat Shurmur likes running a West Coast offense with a bit of the power run. Now, that could fit well for Gordon and Lindsey, but he likes running a lot of 4 wide receiver sets, and he likes running some plays out of the gun. Some of his best offensive showcase was with Case Keenum in 2017 when he was the starter for the Minnesota Vikings. Some of the best offensive play was on display, and Pat Shurmur helped revive Case Keenum's career a little bit, give him a bit of spark, made him a bit of an anomaly. Like, oh my gosh, Case Keenum can actually sling the ball now. He's a gunslinger, not Captain Checkdown anymore. And I liked that we got that Pat Shurmur was able to do that. And I look at the offense, and there are some formations which could easily fit. We could have KJ Hamler, we could have Sutton, and we could have Jeudy on one side and have Hamilton on the outside, Okwegbunam or Fant off the tackles. We could have Gordon or Lindsey in the backfield. And if we keep the offensive line, and if the line holds up with Glasgow, Cushenberry, James, Reisner, and whoever our left tackle is, if it ends up being Garrett Bowles, then I hope Mike Munchak really knows what he's doing, because, oh boy, I hope Munchak knows what he's doing. Guys, I actually really do like this draft class. I think it's a good add for the Broncos. It keeps the offense dynamic up. I'm going to give this grade an A. We would have made it an A+ if we'd gotten a good tackle. There were so many good tackles I felt we missed out on. Josh Jones, Ezra Cleveland. I felt we missed out on Prince Tegawanago. The tackle out of Auburn. I liked him. Now, I didn't think we were going to be getting guys like Tristan Wirfs or Andrew Thomas. I knew those guys were going to the top 10. That was a non-starter. I don't know. I wish we'd gotten a tackle. If we'd gotten a really good tackle, this would be an A+. Booyah, I'm so excited. But you know what? I will deal with it. This added a lot of dynamics to the offense. Elway said after 2013, after the Super Bowl against Seattle, he said, you can score all the points in the world. Defenses win championships. He went and upgraded the defense. Now he says, all right, defense is still good. We still have a good defense. We had a top 10 defense last year. I think we were number 7 or number 10. Can't remember. But it's the offense that needs work now. So he went in, he's gone all in with Drew Lock this offseason. Drew Lock's the real winner here. He gets all the weapons he wants, and it's clear Denver's just completely gone all in on Drew Lock, which is exactly what we need. Guys, I'm pleased with the draft, and I think we got some great adds. Please let me know what you thought in the comments below. If you know if there's anyone we could have picked, any trades we could have made. Anyway, guys, that's just my opinion. I'm really happy with this draft class, and I'm excited for the 2020 season. Anyways, that's it for me. Peace out.